High school football is kicking off here on Friday night, and when it comes to contact sports like football, one of the biggest concerns are concussions. KX News' Tyler Flipson spoke to a doctor about what's being done to better detect the injury and protect student athletes in the process.
Well, the fun and the excitement of Friday Night Lights is just upon us, but a shadow casting over that excitement that's hard to look past is the risk of concussions for student athletes in their sport.
The CDC says that in 2017, an estimated 2.5 million high school students reported having at least one concussion related to sports. And when they're not detected or properly treated, they can cause long-term effects on young athletes.
Some of these people are living, months or years with chronic headaches or chronic, migraines or, just intolerance to exercise when they don't need to be living with that because their concussions weren't managed in the first place.
For some time now, there has been a simple pre-concussion testing that has been done, where the athletes click through a questionnaire online and it judges your cognitive ability prior to concussion. But there really hasn't been a more in-depth physical test until now.
We are launching this new baseline concussion testing, and what we want to do is incorporate a whole battery of testing into baseline assessments with concussion. So we want to get outside of just a computerized assessment for concussion and incorporate balance testing and reaction time, neurocognitive testing, and everything in addition to that computerized testing to get just a broad assessment of the brain ahead of a sports season.
Now, baseline assessments for concussions have been around, so it's nothing new. But what is new is the entire process and approach to it now.
A lot of times, baseline assessments look purely at symptoms, and symptoms can resolve in weeks to months, but the other functions of the brain don't always resolve, and that's where we get into that long-term sequelae of concussion. When you look at neurocognitive symptoms, and you look at oculomotor or vestibular symptoms, those don't always resolve even when symptoms are gone. So these other further baseline testing that we're looking at are going to look at those objective measures.
Ultimately, Dr. Johnson and her office have one main goal to achieve out of this new baseline testing for student athletes.
We're just hoping that it's going to increase the awareness in the community of taking better care of these athletes so that they are not jumping back into play quicker than they should be and getting injured, getting into this second impact syndrome and or going back too soon and not getting these concussions managed.
Sometimes in sports, concussions are just simply unavoidable. But with these baseline tests, it sets the standard and it helps recognize a concussion no matter how minor or how severe the injury may be. In Bismarck, I'm Tyler Flipson, KX News.
If you or your student athlete is interested in this baseline test, CC's Physical Therapy is hosting an event for it this Sunday. You will find the sign-up form and more information inside this story over on our website.